We have some breaking news coming in. Israeli Defense Ministry announces preventative strike on Iran. Sirens in Jerusalem as authorities issue extremely serious alert. AFP journalist reported that 2 columns of smoke were seen over Tehran. IDF says following a situational assessment, it has determined that immediate changes will be made to the Home Front Command guidelines. As part of the changes, it has decided to shift all areas of the country from full activity to essential activity. The guidelines include a prohibition on educational activities, gatherings and workplaces. Except for essential sectors, the public is required to follow the guidelines published on the official Home Front Command channels. According to Israeli military, schools across Israel have been closed. Public has been informed to work from home. Public gatherings in Israel have also been banned. This is the latest we're getting. Israeli Defense Ministry has announced preventative strike on Iran. Sirens in Jerusalem were heard as authorities have issued extremely serious alert. AFP journalist reported 2 columns of smoke seen over Tehran. And IDF says that following a situational assessment, it has determined that immediate changes will be made to the Home Front Command guidelines. As part of the changes, it has decided to shift all areas of the country from full activity to essential activity. The guidelines include a prohibition on educational activities, gatherings and workplaces except for essential sectors. The public is required to follow the guidelines published on the official Home Front Command channels. Meanwhile, Israeli military has said that schools across Israel have been closed. Public has been informed to work from home and public gatherings in Israel have been banned. The Israeli Defense Ministry has announced preventative strike on Iran. Sirens were heard in Jerusalem as authorities issued extremely serious alert. And according to AFP journalists, 2 columns of smoke were seen over Tehran. IDF says that following a situational assessment, it has determined that immediate changes will be made to the Home Front Command guidelines. As part of the changes, it has decided to shift all areas of the country from full activity to essential activity. Now, the guidelines include a prohibition on educational activities, gatherings and workplaces except for essential sectors. The public is required to follow the guidelines which are published on the official Home Front Command channels. And the Israeli military has said that schools across Israel will remain closed. Public has been informed to work from home and public gatherings in Israel have been banned. In the latest, Israel's defense minister has said that his country has attacked Iran and declares a state of emergency. Israel's defense minister says that he has confirmed the attack and he has said that the country has attacked Iran and a state of emergency has been declared. Well, Israeli Defense Ministry announced preventative strikes on Iran. Meanwhile, sirens were heard in Jerusalem as authorities issued extremely serious alert. 2 columns of smoke were seen over central Tehran. And for more details, we're joined by Shivan Chana on the phone line who will get us all the latest details. Shivan, tell us more.
Diksha, this was definitely, it was in the pipeline. All the hints were suggesting it. Now what we've learned is that Iran's state media has shared visuals of multiple explosions in central Tehran. That's the capital of Iran. And of course, this is just, just a day after the negotiations. And a number of countries had given advisories to their own citizens. This includes the US. That happened just a day ago. They asked non-essential staff and families of officials, personnel to exit from key positions in Israel. And of course, even within Israel, there was Israel is saying they've carried out preemptive strikes on Iran. That's what we've just learned. The details are just coming in as we're speaking, so I'm checking it alongside. And what we've also learned is that the Israeli defense minister had issued a emergency status across Israel. This happened a little earlier this morning. And now what we've learned is that Israel has carried out preemptive strikes on Iran. And this is as negotiations were not reaching perhaps the status that US wanted it to reach. That's what we've learned so far. Details are coming in as I'm tracking them.
Right, Shivan, and 3 explosions apparently have been heard in downtown Tehran. This is according to Iranian media. And the Fast News agency says that it has received reports that several missiles have hit the Republic area of the Iranian capital. Of course, we'll have to wait and see when more details trickle down, of course. But this is what we know. Israel has launched what it has called a preemptive attack against Iran. Now, Shivan has mentioned, this was in the pipeline. The signs were all there, and now Israel has announced that the preemptive attack has indeed taken place in central Tehran. And in a statement this morning, Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz has declared a special and permanent state of emergency across Israel. Now, Shivan, in your assessment, what could we expect in the next coming hours, as this was something that both sides must have been preparing for? What do you anticipate? What's the next steps?
Diksha, things are only going to get murkier from here because Iran has given out enough number of they've given counters from their side repeatedly that if we are attacked, we are going to attack US bases, we're going to attack. And this is what the Secretary of State had recently said, that Iran already possesses conventional weapons that can attack America and Americans. Iran made it very clear that we will not spare any of the US bases in the region across Qatar, Bahrain, UAE, Saudi Arabia. They're all on target now because Iran has been attacked. And now it made it very clear that we will be coming back and we will not stay silently. As far as Iran's missile program was concerned, they did not want this to be discussed in the talks. And very recently, Marco Rubio had said that Iran shying away from discussing its missile program is a big, big problem. There was enough armada across Iran. The USS Gerald R. Ford, it was making its way from the western side of Iran, coming in from the Mediterranean. The USS Abraham Lincoln Strike Group was already positioned. It was positioned within strike range. Little over, I think, 2 weeks back, Steve Witkoff, the envoys, had already paid a visit. Enough signaling had come from both sides. Now, this I'm talking about the US. When it comes to Iran, they conducted military drills. They even shut off the Strait of Hormuz. So what one can expect from these indications is that they already gave a sense of what they will do if there is an all-out war. Israel was always on the target. It will remain on the target. Iran has enough missiles. It has enough military backup to target across West Asia now, because Iran made it clear that if we are attacked, this will not just be a war confined to Iran. It will be a wider regional war. Several countries had already asked, and that includes India, had given enough advisories to Indian nationals in Iran, please leave the country right away. And this came a number of days ago. So the writing was all over the wall. And now one was expecting some kind of a decision to be arrived at on the negotiation table. But all that we're reading now is that the preemptive strikes have been carried out. Israel did this earlier as well, even last year. These were preemptive strikes which came first. Iran responded. That was a 12-day war. US got involved in the middle. But this time around, it was US and Iran sharing the barbs constantly. And now Israel is the one which has carried out the first strike.